Come to the new live video. It is
One.
working.
Yeah, but I'm not sure the microphone is working now.
Oh my goodness. It is working. So do I need to now reload the second one on
Yes.
here? Oh, good lord. Oh, why is no camera play?
Okay, hello, Emmanuel. Can you hear us? Please tell us if you can hear us, because I'm not sure if it's...
I think you're just stressing. Oh, here it is. Where's the link? There's the link.
Can you... Oh, Conroy and Michael walking.
Woo!
Okay.
We bloody done it.
Okay. We're trying to do every time we are trying to do live, something has to go wrong. It's like a rule. It's like a rule. Something has to go.
Oh, good lord! Sorry, everyone.
I'll move aside.
Cable hanging precariously across the kitchen, and I nearly knocked over some cups. But I think we're good. We're good.
You need to bring the chats close to you.
Okay. I'm trying to monitor the chat. I'm doing the admin
and
today,
we will say,
guys.
First of all, good evening.
Shalom.
Shalom, everyone. Hello to you all. We haven't been here for a while. We were planning to come back, with the new season of the Eurovision to do some warm-up videos for the Eurovision season, but unfortunately, events happened. Tragedy happened in Israel just 6 days ago. I've been away in Gran Canaria and with an Israeli friend. Luckily, our families are safe and okay. Unfortunately, for many others are not. She was trying to find a flight back to Israel. We couldn't find it. It was really, really difficult. And then, we came back yesterday to London, and hopefully she will fly tonight to home.
In half an hour.
But what we wanted to do here is, because we felt really, really down all this week.
Dreadful.
We
sad.
It's like, I don't think I have enough words to say how I feel, how I personally feel for this. But this video is not about how I feel. This video is about how you guys feel. We invite you to share with us information, share with us stories if you like. We invite you to...
How are you coping? How are you dealing with it?
And maybe, use these few moments just to, disconnect from the news, disconnect from the horrible videos and out there, and let's have a chat. Maybe that in the future we will do more of this, and maybe we will create some sort of a Zoom so you can actually join in. But if you have any other ideas how we can actually collaborate, please let us know in the comments, in the chat box. Also, we were surprised last time, and please don't hear that as I'm asking you for donations and money and any of it. But if any of you feel that you want to donate money, all the money that you will donate in this will go, my personal will go to Magen David Adom, which is responsible on the blood and to help anyone. One blood, how do you call it? One donation. Blood donation can save 3 injured people. Simple as that. Big intro. No
jokes, no funniness.
Well, I don't know.
We'll try.
We can be
we
funny.
Want to try,
we can be
and
funny, but
it's been really hard because you've been away.
Yeah.
So I've been at home following everything on the news, trying not to get too sucked into it. But I feel, because of you and because of our family, I have a relationship with Israel and the Israeli people, and it's been really hard. And
I think our channel,
the internet is really difficult this week. The stuff that you can see and the things that people are saying can be really, really hard. There are also really positive things that I'm seeing, and so we just want to try and give you whatever you want from us, what we can. And I'm missing all the comments, so I'm going to everyone saying hello and thank you.
So pick, say hello to everyone there that you can see. Pick names.
There's a lot of Israelis already saying
Shalom to everybody. Shalom, shalom. I'm asking you, I don't know the situation at the moment, if there are rockets still ongoing.
Yovel says, thank you for the streaming. It's very hard, but we will survive this.
Yes.
That's what you guys do.
Yes, and I think, this is the worst thing that happened to Israel as a country, as a nation.
Thank you, Amani. He says, Toy, I've been thinking of you a lot these days. I hope you and your loved ones are well.
Thank you so much, and as well for you. I hope all of you there that watching us, I'm sure many of you, because this is, this is unreal. The amount of people died. At the moment, the numbers are not finalized yet. We're talking about over 1,300 people that died following those events. And close to 4,000 injured, if not more. I don't know. And we know that the numbers is not finalized. It's not. It will be higher. And I'm sure in the country size as Israel, 1,300 people, everyone knows, someone that is affected by this.
Fly birds fly. I think it's important for this comment as well, because I did get into a bit of an Instagram debate with someone. Fly birds fly. I'm very pro-Palestine, but I don't support Hamas nor any violence, and that's important. So I posted I stand with Israel picture. Got lots of love. I engaged with someone who put a bit of a in antagonistic comment. I shouldn't have engaged, and they implied, "Why aren't you doing this for Palestine?" And what we're doing is not political.
No.
Like, it's not. We're taking a side. We're doing this. We have family and friends who are living through this, and our channel. We have so many Israeli fans. Our channel's growth is thanks to most of the Israeli fans in the beginning.
Yeah.
So it's not we're one side and not the other. So I think this is a very important comment. No one should support Hamas, and this violence on both sides is.
And the thing is, we need to really differentiate between the Palestinian people and the Hamas. Okay, and it's and these days, I'm sure all of you in Israel feeling like, oh, we need to wipe Gaza, we need to demolish Gaza. Listen, this is really, really hard, and Hamas should stop existing. Hamas should be removed from this world. Everyone that is involved with Hamas should be killed. Simple as that. That's my belief. At the same time, I'm saying there are still people there, civilians, that are suffering from all of this.
The hospital has a few hours backup generator power left in Gaza, and it's full of children.
And you know what? You touched about the children thing. I am devastated to see all those babies, all those children that were either kidnapped or just shot dead, cold blood, just like that. Just a shot dead. I don't understand how a person,
hatred,
how a person can take a gun and shoot a kid, a baby. I don't get it. If so, and this is just unreal.
Another Sarkis says, do Armenian lives matter, or does Europe and the West only care about Ukraine and Israel only? People in Artsakh have been in a blockade from Azerbaijan for 10 months and no one talked about it. Again, we're not here with an agenda. We're here because we're an Israeli family. Let's be real. The kids are Israeli.
Yeah.
That's why this means a lot to us. It's not we're picking a battle. And
yes, but we did go live when Ukraine and Russia war had, and the comment is fair.
It's a valid comment.
It's a valid comment.
I was shocked in those first few days how much reporting the weekend's event got in the UK, because often things like that, like what's happening in Armenia, they're not a big deal to some of the countries in Europe, and that's the media. That's the way things go. It's not right, but I appreciate that.
It's a difficult one. It's a difficult one because it's I guess it's, I don't know. It's not like nobody think about Armenia and Azerbaijan, and I didn't think about it the other day when I read something, and I'm like, what is there still war going on there? What the hell is happening? Like,
we've got fans from both countries.
My knowledge in this conflict is limited completely, and it's not great. It's not fair. We should make any attention to any violence out there, no matter what.
And Tal, hello. Tal said several things, and I know you're there, Tal. Sorry, we love you.
Sorry, Tal. We are not ignoring you. We are trying to catch up with all those. I'm feeling very, very emotional. I don't think I'm trying to be very professional, right? But I think
my take on this week, this issue is something I knew nothing about the history of Israel and the Middle East at all until I met you. Nothing. Because in Britain, it doesn't really affect us. It doesn't get talked about. I have an understanding. I don't know much. I know a lot that I've learned from you and from visiting there. But whatever your opinion is on the situation, which is madly complex, and a solution is even more complex, I'm seeing people with opinions on this and that and the other, and all I think is what happened on Saturday was genocide. The issue right now for me is what happened on Saturday. The issue building up to it, and that is a different thing to me personally. I can't believe, after learning what Jews have been through and meeting so many Jews and knowing what Jewish life is like in every country in the world, 3 of our schools in London have closed today because they're worried about the kids' safety. And that's nothing to do with Israel and Palestine. That's Brits who are at risk just for being Jewish. And Saturday was mind-blowing. And
I think
the bigger picture is something that needs to be resolved. And yes, discourse and discussions and progress need to be made, but I don't know. I'm still trying to process what happened on Saturday, and I'm sure the Israeli people who know those victims, know those families, have a feeling even worse than me.
I have hours where I'm reading or seeing a video and I'm bursting in tears because I'm just thinking about those parents that, for example, don't know if the child is alive or not because they couldn't find his body yet, and they don't know if he or she been kidnapped yet. And put yourself in that situation. Put yourself in a place where you just don't feel safe just because you are who you are. And I think we should put the whole Palestine territory as a topic aside here, because Hamas is not fighting for Palestine. Hamas is fighting against Jews and against Israel, and that's something that we need to remember and know. And I've seen some really disturbing videos online that they say it's all fake, and that there is because the media is the social network can be really, really poisonous in that way. And I'm like, no, you can be pro-Palestine, but you have to condemn this kind of horrors.
I've read people and heard people in TikTok videos and things say, well, it's awful, but they had it coming and all the events that led up to it. And I'm like, that's a separate issue. That is a big issue. I'm not minimizing that as an issue. What happened Saturday was outrageous and unjustifiable at all. And Maya Shabbat says she's in shelters all day in Tel Aviv. The streets aren't safe. I can't even imagine. You've lived through that. You lived through that for a long time. You grew up in that.
I
can't even comprehend it.
I grew up in where there were some bombs in the buses and all of that. And, you take a bus and you don't know if you're going to stay alive in it and all of that. And, and I haven't lived like that. And you know what I'm thinking is there were so many terrorists coming into Israel and on Saturday. And I'm wondering, did they find them all? Are there, maybe others hiding? And I don't want to scare you here, but I'm sure that it crossed all of your mind.
Yeah.
And let's not forget what's happening in the north now, because in the north the Hezbollah is testing Israel at the moment. And what's going to happen now? What's the solution? I don't know.
The solution,
I don't know,
is a long way off, and it hasn't been anywhere close for a while, I don't think, has it? And we aren't saying that every decision the Israel government has made is perfect and great. We're not. Life is dreadful for the Palestinians in Gaza.
I think I need to charge the laptop. Excuse me for a second.
Gosh, is it not turned on? Yeah, life's dreadful for the Palestinians, and finding a solution is going to take some brave leaders. But again, I say right now, what happened Saturday is pressing and really sad. Really sad.
What's happening in our comment box? Let's see.
Not the supermarkets are completely empty. And the water, I remember a couple of days ago, they said, make sure you've got enough supplies for 72 hours.
Yeah.
Propeller One, I'm really wondering what is happening with humanity. What happened last Saturday was a step back to the Middle Ages. Never thought that could happen in 2023. Lots of things. We talk about Ukraine and Russia. We've mentioned Azerbaijan and Armenia. There's a feeling in the world at the moment, isn't there? It's like since COVID and all that, we all got through that. There's been like a tension everywhere, I feel, with a lot of things and humanity, and it's,
I don't know. I find it really hard to digest everything that we are going through this week, or reading or hearing, or but tell us, have you, we are seeing some messages that people were in shelters. Are you safe now? Please, are there still rockets going on at the moment? Are you in a shelter now? And if you hear the alarm, of course, by all means, straight away hide.
I found it interesting talking to friends this week who then asked about you and your family and had a bit more of a discussion, how little they know about the situation for both sides, for sure. But it blew one of my friends' minds when I said, there's rockets being fired from Gaza all the time. Like nearly every building has a safe room. And they were like, what do you mean? I said, we've been Skyping with your mum loads of times, and the siren goes off because she has to go to the safe room. And it's mind-blowing to people who don't live through that is a reality.
And for the people that in the south, especially, we got Maya said the alarm in the south. People in the south, it's kind of the routine. Sadly, it's the routine.
I saw interviews with survivors from the festival, saying we were dancing, we heard rockets, but we carried on because
it's our routine.
That happens all the time. And I still can't get my head around that, even though I know that's the reality. I can't understand that at all. In Britain last week, the biggest news story was that an old tree got cut down. And literally the entire country was going mad because a big tree got cut down. And then this happens, and I'm like...
It's impressive tree,
It was a lovely tree.
They took down a tree.
I mean...
If they take a tree...
It was an act of vandalism and anarchy, whatever. But that was the most pressing thing that happened in Britain last week. And now this is going on, and I'm just... It's mad. And
two things I want to say. One of them is a statement, and one of them is a question to you, or to you as well. Um, it was very nice to see Israel, all the Israelis are coming together and supporting supporting the soldiers and bringing loads of stuff. And then you see loads of videos, and I'm like, wow, the Israeli nation care about life, value life. Okay, and that shows it. The second thing I read today was about the BBC, and we are in the UK, and it's really, really important for me to mention that and ask you what you feel about it. But the BBC, when they report about the Hamas, they don't call them terrorists. Simple as that.
They were criticised for not using the word terrorist.
Yeah, and there was like a video, I don't know who this guy is, explaining why, and they're talking about being objective and all of that. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Those people went to Jews' homes, slaughtered them to death, chopped their heads. I don't know. I don't know what they've done there. If that's not terrorists, what is? But what's your thoughts about it?
So I read about that, and then I read a bit more, and I chatted with someone, and apparently, even during the World Wars, the BBC in broadcasting wouldn't
call Nazis Nazis.
They were careful about using words like the enemy, apparently, because that is they want to be impartial. So by using big words, like weighty words like that, they're saying they could sway the viewer into an opinion rather than just giving facts. And I was like, okay, I get the theory of that, but then I think sometimes you just need to go, you know what, this is so great. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember when 9/11 happened.
Yeah, didn't they call them terrorists?
I think I don't remember. But if they didn't, they should have.
Al-Qaeda, ISIS, don't they call them terrorists?
I think they might describe. They will say, because again, some of the other news channels here have been careful about their words as well, and they will quote, and they will say, Hamas is a proscribed terrorist organization in these countries. So they're saying these states recognize them as a terrorist, but we aren't explicitly saying they are terrorists.
It's a very British thing.
It's so British.
It's so British to go around the point instead of just going direct to the point.
And then but in a way, the opposite. It's some of the way the news is reported in America can be so intense and so aggressive with its language. It's like there needs to be a balance. Yes, you obviously have to pick your words carefully and not incite.
I don't know.
Too much feeling.
I don't know, because they didn't have a problem to choose a side when they didn't choose Israel's side. Okay, so I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a difficult one. What's happening?
Yovel says, I live in Sderot is a D. For 3 years. My room was the safe room. Wow. And Tal said, the most beautiful thing that's happening at the moment in Israel is the people are united. That's interesting because of everything that's been going on politically since January.
Yeah. So for all of you that are not from Israel and watching us, since last January, there were many protests against the government around the country because the government decided to start changing
questionable policy was that
changing the justice system. Whether you are agreeing with the government or you're disagreeing with the government, it doesn't matter for this. For this, what I'm going to say, it's created really two big camps in Israel, and with the war starting on Saturday, people forgot about it completely, came together, supporting each other, and I'm seeing some videos, that in one side I'm kind of ooh, but in the other way I'm like yes. So people from the government coming to see people in the hospital, they shout at them. They say, just go away. You are coming between us. We don't need you. We are united together. We don't need you. And I'm like watching it and I'm like, yes, exactly. It feels to me like the leaders don't deserve, at the moment, the leaders in Israel don't deserve the people in the country.
Oh, this Rex says, does the BBC choose to speak like that because the population of the UK because there's a large population of Middle Eastern people in the UK? I don't think that's the reason. I do think we have probably always been like this. The BBC is supposed to be, and generally I do think it is very, very impartial when it is doing news. Most of the time. When it reports, I think it's impartial. When it chooses not to report, that's probably speaking louder than the words it uses. But I'm very worried about tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because we do have a large population of Middle Eastern people all over the UK. You know, there's people from everywhere in the UK, and that's why I love the UK.
Yeah.
It's everyone, so many different cultures here. But there have been protests on both sides. There's been tension, and Hamas called for Muslims around the world to protest tomorrow. And I feel, especially in the UK, that could be, and France is worried about it as well. Germany's worried about this. Tomorrow could be, I hope it's not. I hope tomorrow just is okay, but it feels like something could go off tomorrow. And that's really worrying because it's showing what is going on there is affecting everywhere. You know, people are very angry and feel stuff, and that's causing more pain all over the world.
Maya. Oh no, she retracted the message. I don't know if it's happened or not. I quickly saw that there are some alarms at the moment in the north. Please confirm if there are alarms at the moment in the north, and you are from the north.
Who is this?
It's
your sister. Yeah, it is your sister. Shalom, Maya.
Shalom, Maya. Shalom. We have so many messages here. We like to talk, as you can see, and we don't really read the messages. So shalom, and thank you for joining
Maya. If you're in Israel, Maya's sending some messages. She's saying she's again said about the blood bank, donating to that, and she's been doing some work for food and clothes. Excellent.
Yeah.
Yavel says Netta helped organise some donations for food and clothes. I did see that, and she went and sang with some children. And
I love seeing the artists going there and volunteering, and this is the time where
Maya says the Lebanese are sending rockets to the north
at the moment. Oh my God, I don't want to check news. I'm like, I don't know if it's happened now. We will check in a minute. We'll see. But it's listen. It's
be safe, Maya.
It's so difficult. It's so difficult, and it's gonna be a few weeks like that, if not months. It's gonna be very, very difficult. We are supposed to go to Israel in December.
Yeah.
At the moment, as things are
right now,
at the moment, I think I'm staying home.
I'm sorry to interrupt, everyone. Has Michal taken off? Can you please check that she's left?
I don't know. She didn't say to me. She didn't say if she's in the.
This is our friend who was stranded in Gran Canaria with toys. She came to stay with us yesterday, and she had a flight home to Tel Aviv booked for 9:00. And I found it very hard saying goodbye to her. Just thinking, I know she wants to go home. She wants to be with her kids. But like I said, goodbye. Be safe. Like.
What else? I've seen a post. If our channel it is mainly about Eurovision, right? And I've seen a post that really upset me. And in one of the Eurovision groups that I'm part of, there was a post saying the following: Israel postponed or might leave the competition for this year. Does it mean that Lebanon and Morocco can come back? And I'm looking at this post and I'm like, this is a bit racist and a bit like, why Morocco and Lebanon cannot join in just because Israel is there? This is an old story, right? Lebanon is part of the EBU for years and never joined to the competition. Morocco the same.
Mm-hmm.
Why? This is disturbing. Israel never said something like, oh, if Morocco and Lebanon are participating, we are not participating. And this is part of the problem. This is part of the problem as us as Jewish people, how we feel in the world. Yes.
And it's like what I said earlier, the fact that 3 schools in London, Jewish schools, are closing because, and our synagogue that we take the kids to, Reform Synagogue for Sunday school, they sent an email out talking about how they are upping the security at the gates. And it blows my mind. Like, no church needs security. I'm sure mosques can be targeted by, and they at times...
whom?
Because Brits can be pretty awful, and I'm sure mosque in America...
Have you ever seen a bomb? Someone is bombing a mosque.
No, but in America, I'm sure that's an issue because the tensions between the religions is much higher in America than it is here. But yeah, the fact that our rabbi had to tell us exactly what he was doing to up security at the synagogue, it's like, it's normal now. But I still stop and go, this is mad. This is mad what Jews live through and everywhere. Just the attitude towards them.
What's happening in our chat box?
Maya says in December will be, and then she's written something in Hebrew. I can't remember.
Peace, shalom.
Peace. Let's hope.
Let's hope. Fingers crossed.
Lebanon will not return, that's for sure, to Eurovision. Morocco have a peace agreement, nothing to do with the post at all. Eurovision.
Yeah.
Rex says not. Oh, are you from the US then, Rex? Oh, I'd like to get some more input on, because I guess something I said about, he said not so much in the US. So I'd like to know.
Yeah, he said yes. Rex said yes.
Oh, I would like to know what things are like. I don't know whereabouts you are, because in the UK, I do feel like we're generally, there are these tensions between some races and some religions, but generally I think things are okay. And maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like following the events of 9/11, America's been a bit more, the Christians and the Muslims after that maybe had issues, but just a different viewpoint, different country's viewpoint, because all I know is living here.
I want to praise President Biden. You can be in either sides of the for some reason in the US you have only 2 sides. And there is no much difference between them anyway. Republicans and Democrats, of course. And President Biden made a speech, and probably one of the most powerful speeches any president from the US had towards Israel. If you haven't watched it, I'm inviting you. If you are from Israel, if you're from Israel,
you watched it, and you probably cried like we did.
If you are not from Israel and you haven't watched it, I recommend you to watch it, because it's literally saying there is no room for being racist or being hater or being
having a political agenda.
You're not slaughtering babies, kids. There is no room for that, no matter where you are. And it was really, really powerful to know. And I'm sure it's quite reassuring for the Israeli people to know that the US is strongly behind. And also the UK.
I cannot believe how vocal the UK government has been. And it's blown my mind, because we normally shy away from things like this. There's a lot of opinions about this and the history of it and the conflicts of it. And I see a lot of British people with very strong opinions. And I don't think they know as much as they could. And also, it's our fault we did the usual British thing of going over somewhere, stirring shit up, and then just going, oh, you know what? We're not dealing with this. We're going back now. See ya. Deal with it yourselves.
We are out.
And it's for our government to be so vocal about this situation, I think is mind-blowing. And it made me feel quite proud, actually. The way that some of our party leaders have said very strong things. I've gone, wow, okay, you've stepped up when something horrific happened.
I just hope Biden's speech gave him the next term in the House. Simple as that. Simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
But this is
Maya's. We'll just break the mood. Maya said, "I remember your reaction to Netta's victory in 2018."
Really?
I think we all do.
Really? I think even the Hamas knows that.
Bianca 25 says, in Amsterdam, 3 Jewish schools are closing tomorrow as well.
This is unreal. Mad. This is unreal.
Amsterdam is such a chill. The Netherlands is such a chill country, isn't it? And they're still feeling. The Jews are feeling that. Fear.
I have a question here. Someone is asking me a question.
Oh. If Tori wants to respond, but I want to ask, what does he think about the failure in security? I couldn't believe it because I always thought Israel has been good with intelligence.
Oh yeah, this is a hot topic now in Israel, and you know what? Politics is shit, right? You know, when you see the people, helping each other and being united, and you get your heart warm.
Everyday people doing.
When you hear stories about politics, you get so angry and upset. And the thing is, there is a thing now between Egypt, US, and Israel that Egypt warned Israel 3 days before the event, saying something big is going to happen. Now, today I read another article saying that the army got really, like the intelligence got in the night, in Friday night, they said there is something going on, like there are so many things going on in next to the border. But we're not sure. So they said, oh, you know what? Let's wait till the morning to check, to really process it and check it. And remember, Friday was a festival day. It was a Sukkot. It's a holiday. And I guess, human resources were not enough as usual. I guess that's, I'm assuming that's the story there. It's a failure of all the systems. It's a failure of the government. It's the failure of the army. It's a failure, and the thing is, it's not the time now to discuss about the failures. It's the time now to bring people together and get stronger. Questions will be asked after. Questions. There will be, I'm sure, lots of investigations. And I'm wondering, maybe the people in the government will take responsibility and move aside.
Airilav says, in Italy, both Jewish neighborhoods and Palestinian places are protected by the police.
It's unreal.
All over Europe, I'm seeing reports about
just
police presence being stepped up in case of clashes. And
if you're non-Jewish and watching us here, I would like you to imagine the feeling you have, like I have, of being unsafe no matter where I am. For years I was hiding my Jewish identity. And you won't see me going all, in everywhere and saying, oh, I'm Jew, I'm proud, I'm Jew. No, I will hide it. Why?
Even a few days ago.
Why do I need to hide it? And
I wanted to put the flag in the window of the house, like everyone did when the war started with Ukraine, when Russia invaded Ukraine. Ukrainian flags in every house window. So I was like, I'm putting the Israeli flag in the window because this is the same thing to me. And you were like, maybe don't do that just in case. And I was like, oh, you're right. And I thought, no, I'm doing it. I don't care. I'm putting the flag in the window because this is
for me,
what I want to do. I want to show that.
Yeah, we want to show that, but for me, it's calling for troubles. That's how I feel. I would never show off about my Israeli, me being Jew and me being supporting Israel outside. We're doing this YouTube, by the way. Why am I doing that? I felt strongly to do it here in YouTube because I feel so strongly to you, our fans in this channel, you know. But
there were two small comments. Where have they gone? So, Hanny says, "Free Palestine from Hamas."
definitely.
Adriano says, "Peace for Israel." I think that's the two things. Those, I just think you've hit both nails on the head.
Yeah.
Yes, Israel isn't the perfect country in its actions. We're not saying, oh my God, it's amazing.
No.
But those two things need to happen first before any progress is made. And
Golda Meir, the prime minister in 1973, said something, I don't know if she said it back then or not, but she said a very, very interesting sentence that was quoted. If
Joe Biden said it.
No, Joe Biden said it. We have
in
no.
His speech. Different.
No, it's a different one. She said, if the Arabs or the Arab countries will put down the guns, there will be a peace. If Israel will put down their guns, there won't be Israel.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that summarizes it all. Israel was always looking for peace. I grew up as a kid in Israel, and all I've learned as a kid in the nursery, in the school, about peace. One day there will be peace. Songs about peace. We hope for peace. And it's a kind of a joke that for you saying for the kids, oh, when you get to 18, you won't need to go to the army because there will be peace. That hope of people that have that one day this place will be in peace. That's the Israeli mentality. Israel doesn't want fights. Israel doesn't want wars. Yes, there are some extremist fundamentalists in Israel as well that take over lands, doing all of that. I'm not supporting that. By all means, I'm against that. Stop stealing land and all of this shit. Sorry. But the villages that were attacked on Saturday are not settlements. Are not. Because democracy allows different groups to sit together, this is where we need to remember, whatever I want as non-religious is not necessarily what a religious person wants. How can we come together and agree to support each other and respect each other? That's
Mr. Footballista. Why do we have to choose sides? Just stop the wars. Innocent people are dying on both sides. Yes, you're right. And I wish the world was that simple. I wish the world was that simple.
Yeah.
But it's not, unfortunately. And I'm not saying pick a side. I don't know if you missed earlier at the start of the thing. I was just saying that the debate about Israel, Palestine, who's right, who's wrong, right now isn't relevant. I'm focusing on what happened on Saturday, and it blows my mind. That's not me taking a side. That's me going, wow. If that had been carried out on any other race of people, I would feel the same. If Muslims were killed in that manner by another race, if, I don't know, any race was targeted and killed in such a way, I would feel the same. I can't comprehend it.
I think that, and I don't know any other hatred towards a minority as there is in the history hatred towards Judaism. And if you look at the history and learn more, you will see how Jews were always either expelled or killed, or and I mean, of course, I don't want to see hatred in any form, in any shape, no violence in any form, in any shape. But the Jewish people in the history are just, were a bit like gypsies, weren't they? They just.
You've had a pretty rough time. Yeah, that's putting it mildly.
We moved a bit. Yeah, we had some, moving around the world.
You just like to explore.
We like to go
environment.
We like
all
to
the
go
time,
abroad.
and,
We like to go abroad and check what's happening there. But then we found our place. We found our where we want to be, and that's Israel as. Oh, it's no. Let's keep that ads. We don't need ads.
Oh, sorry, we're getting rid of the ads, guys.
Well, I'm waiting to hear from my friend if she's on the plane or not, and she was supposed already to to take off. So not happened yet.
Not yet.
What else? We want to do more of this. If you are interested, let us know here in the chat. Maybe we're thinking of doing a Zoom. I don't know if you want to.
We want to give you a place,
because this is a one-sided. You guys chatting and and then we kind of writing and we are chatting.
Talk.
We would like to hear you. We would like to support you. Maybe we will do a Zoom kind of thing and we will publish it here. Of course, we got a lot of messages in Instagram as well from our Israeli fans that are, we would like to support you. If you need any help, let us know.
Any McShiv.
and we want to be there. We want to be there for you guys and give you a big hug. And things look a bit off at the moment, but one day there will be peace. One day there will be a place for all of us without any fight. One day. When is that day happening? I don't know. What else happening here?
Bub Binkim, I just wish everyone would stop killing each other. There are bad actors on both sides and politics gets in the way of peace.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm dreaming on the day of brave leaders, standing up and say, the past is in the past. Let's look for
it's
the
how
future.
I deal with the kids. The kids are arguing. Kids are arguing all the time at the moment. They can't stand to be in the same room as each other without an argument. He did this. She said that. So I'm trying to, de-escalate a situation. Like, well, okay, that's fine. But how do you think you could respond better in the future? Well, he just said, I'm not talking about the past. What's done is done. What are you two going to do right now, going forward, to be kinder to each other, children? That's it. That's what people need to be like.
Yeah.
I know.
Think about the future.
Just, what can I do better next time? I think that's a good message for life.
Yeah, that's.
And then, as I'm saying that now, I'm like, I don't do that though. I hold grudges. I can be really, really off with someone just because, and I'm like, no, that's it. You burned that bridge. I'm not talking to you ever again. But
it's hard. It's hard for us as people, because history is there to learn from it, but at the same time, are we learning from it? How many times things in the history are just coming back in the same, in a different form and in different shape? They're just coming back. Oh, yeah, that happened before. We didn't learn anything from it, did we? So
I don't think sometimes humans are as intelligent as we think we are. I think even as individuals, we repeat the same mistakes over and over again and then go, why is this happening? Oh, because I did it. And yeah, that's just how we are. I think we're a bit silly.
Oh, that's very nice, Reed. But
Amani, thank you both. The flag story impressed me because I never thought that putting a flag on a window is just like putting a target on yourself. And what's very interesting is that was not an issue when people did that with the Ukrainian flag. No one thought in this country, oh, if I put a Ukrainian flag in the window, that's going to have any other effect than, yes, we're all together and supporting them. I've not seen any other flag whilst this week is going on anywhere. No one is supporting. And I know it's a very different scenario. We shouldn't compare the two things. They're vastly different. The histories are different. The events are different. But yeah, I was going to put the giant Israeli flag in the bedroom window upstairs. And then when you said, don't do that, I was like, okay, I'm just going to put the little one in the window then because I have to. I feel I have to. And I got rid of it. I was a bit naughty today. I don't know if you heard me. So a guy came to the door asking me to donate money to a hospice for end-of-life nurses in the area.
Okay.
And I I was like, he's giving a speech. I was like, yeah, I need to. I said, well, actually, we're an Israeli family, and right now my focus is on what's happening, not donating money to old people and nurses. And I was like, that was really, really naughty of me, wasn't it? But it's like, go away, don't knock on my door and demand money from me.
I'm
made me feel really uncomfortable. Like, oh, yes, you're very nice, but leave me alone.
I prefer the donation will come from a choice. I mean, if someone is coming to you and to your door and knock and tell you a story, it's. But I found myself donating this week to different organizations, just to help.
Mr. Footballista has asked, why is there hate against Jews? What a question. Where are you from?
Yeah, give us some background.
Why is there hate against Jews? Wow. Gosh, we don't have all night. We don't have all night, do we?
Where should we start?
And honestly, I don't know. I really don't know why it's so built in.
I'll tell you where it started. I think it started from the Jesus story. Because
that's true. What's very, very interesting, as a Brit who, most Brits grow up with a good understanding of the Bible, as in Jesus and the New Testament as well as the Old Testament, most Brits forget that Jesus was Jewish and only remember that Jews killed him. And it doesn't make any sense. Like, you remind a Christian Brit that Jesus was a Jew, and they're like, yeah, but he's Jesus. It's.
I think Jesus, was a cool dude, right? That grew up as a Jew and decided, you know what? Speaking about democracy and different mindset, and he thought, you know what? I look at life a bit different, right? and I guess he was a bit of an odd creature that came with a different way of thinking and all of that. And probably annoyed some people.
He would have been a blasphemer at the time. Yeah. Imagine, even if now a Jew starts going around saying, I'm the son of God, I'm the son of God. The rest of you guys will be like, what the f are you talking about? No, you're not. And then what's also really interesting, I've done this, I picked this up from you, and because I'm not religious anymore, you will throw the question, you'll remind people that Jesus wasn't Christian. The idea of Christianity did not exist until hundreds of years after Jesus died. And then the Christians are like, can't compute, can't do, I don't have anything to say back to that, and
and the thing is, Jesus didn't invent Christianity.
No, it wasn't his goal.
It wasn't his goal.
He thought he was being a good Jew. He thought that's what God was telling him to do as a Jew. And I think this now is a good point to remind everyone that I am actually Jesus. My birthday is December the 25th, so I am Jesus reincarnate.
She's doing boarding now.
Hey,
maybe she will manage to get home.
Mr. Footballista says, I'm Christian, so I'm not on any side, but since I was a kid, Jews are always talked about badly. When you're cheap, you were mocked for acting like a Jew. That is in the English language. I remember as a kid people making references about money and Jews and all that, and then when you grow up you start to go, why are kids saying that? That's yeah. The Geo says the Jews, i.e. the Pharisees, did technically kill him, but I get what you mean by the Jews didn't kill him. Yeah. Mr. Jesus.
But yeah, I think.
But it's and Amani says conspiracy theories as well. I think in more recent years, perhaps, but there's more instances in our language I can think of that are against Jews than other religions entirely. Like there aren't phrases about Arabs or Muslims in English.
Was there any hate? Well, I know there are some differences between the Christianity streams, but were those really like hate speech between those streams?
Well, Northern Ireland was two different.
So Northern Ireland
and the Catholics and Protestants.
But did they use the Christianity as the hate speech, or just because it's Northern Ireland and Brit? And I'm thinking about the Catholic and Orthodox. I don't know exactly what's happening there, but I please educate me, because I really don't know if there was really like hate speech between those streams in Christianity, while Jews, it's very easy to hate Jews for whatever reason, and so sad.
And well,
I have a question to you here, all. And if you know the answer, please don't comment below. Only if you don't, just say a guess. What do you think the percentage in the population around the world, around the globe? What's the percentage? And don't do Google, don't cheat, don't cheat, don't cheat. I'm seeing you, I'm looking at you, you're cheating. What's the percentage of Jewish people around the world? Let's see. And let's put the countdown music. No, seriously, if you don't know, I want to see guesses. I really want to see your guesses. And
it's
just
mind-blowing.
Whatever comes to your mind, just put it down. Put it down in the chat and just see. What's your guess? What is the percentage of Jewish people? Okay, we have one answer. 5%.
5%.
Another 5%. Yeah, let's see more.
Ooh,
waiting. I'm waiting for more answers.
Exciting. 0.2%.
Mm-hmm.
65% or 65 Jews.
3%.
10%.
10%.
10% mostly in America. 2%.
Oh, yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. Oof. We should have had like a prize here. For the closest.
The closest one. You get 50 points if you're the closest guess.
Yeah. And I give it 1%.
99%.
Yes. Any more guesses? I'll tell you the answer. And I guess G. Cohen was the closest one.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about 0.2, something between 0.2 to 0.3% of the population.
There's none of them. I remember when you first told me that, and I couldn't comprehend that there are so few of you.
So few of us.
Isn't the population in America almost the same as Israel?
Yes.
Jews in America is almost the same as Israel.
Yes. But yes.
Mad.
You need to understand that 0.3% of the world population. So much hate to 0.3%. Gosh. It's mind-blowing. Go and check it. Go and check it and Google it, and you will see.
Lee Fern is mind-blown.
Mm-hmm. And most of them, most of them in Israel. The biggest community after Israel is in the US. I think in the UK we are talking about.
There's barely any here.
Like maybe 100,000.
If that,
more, a bit more than that. But yeah, we are tiny nation. Race.
Which means that when we got your DNA test, he's 100% Ashkenazi Jew.
Yeah.
I wonder what your inbreeding coefficient is.
Probably cousins.
I'm
sure. That's why there are so many problems. I'm sure cousins got married somewhere.
Geo checked the other day, and there's approximately 200,000 in the UK.
Oh, okay.
That's still nothing. Nothing. It's unreal.
It's unreal.
Unreal.
We are 1 hour live now.
Oh, Jesus.
No, Jesus, Jews.
Sorry.
and it's really, really good to speak
just really
to you.
Fun to chat to.
It's really fun. It's getting. I think we wanted to do it the moment I come back home. Just because
he didn't get home until 3 a.m. last night.
Yeah, and I'm shattered now. We
have a good question here, Mr. Footballista. What's the biggest hate you've got in real life as a Jew? Have you experienced anything really?
So for me, lucky for me, I grew up in Israel with around you. You have Jews, mainly. So you're not being picked up just because Jew. I was picked up because I'm gay, but this is a different discussion. But our kids were bullied at school just because they're Jews.
Last school year, there were comments made about them being Jewish.
Still exists. And it's horrible that this is being picked up as a topic. It doesn't matter. What does it matter? You're Muslim, you're Jew,
I do remember
who cares?
When you started to think about getting your tattoo, You really questioned yourself whether you wanted to get.
Yes. So I wanted to. So this is my tattoo. The first thing, the first thinking process was, I want to starve David, and then I thought, no, I don't want to starve David, because then I'm marking myself as a Jew. Simple as that. So yeah, it's difficult. But luckily I am not facing racist comments on a daily basis, and I think it's especially where we are. We're kind of living in a bubble, aren't we? And if you are facing, please let us know in the chat if you are facing some,
for whatever
reason, hate comments,
prejudice, discrimination,
and share it with us. Nobody in the world should ever feel bullied in any case.
Like, no one should feel like they cannot be themselves.
Yeah.
Ever. No one should be scared to be who they are in any form.
She's on the plane.
She's on the plane.
She's on the plane. And I hope that it will.
Had an excellent question from Lee.
Yes.
Do you guys celebrate both Hanukkah and Christmas, or do you tend to go for one or the other?
Well, so we don't celebrate Christmas because of a different reason.
We had been together for barely 2 weeks, I think, when we first got together, and we were shopping, and you said, when we live together, do you want to have a Christmas tree? And at the time I was like, oh, we're going to live together. But also, no, I don't want a bloody Christmas tree. I hate Christmas. I bloody hate Christmas because my birthday is December the 25th. So until I met you, I was doing family Christmases and birthday, and I never had a day that was just entirely what I want to do and about me. And because I then moved in with you and Christmas was meaningless to you and the kids, I got a birthday. And every year I found some excuse to not go back to a family Christmas because I just want to have nice birthdays with no Christmas around. So last year we were in Israel, and it was brilliant because I didn't see a single Christmas tree. The year before that, we were on a honeymoon on a cruise, and there was Christmas decorations, but we're in the middle of the ocean. I was like, yes, this is not Christmassy at all. So we do celebrate Hanukkah for the kids, and I enjoy eating a donut every night because,
of course,
that should happen.
What would we do this year?
Oh, no.
Never mind. Yes.
We do Hanukkah for the kids. Christmas is a no-no for me. Absolute no. But only personal reasons.
Yeah. We got Dara. Dara Zisman. I used to be bullied at school because I'm Jewish. Oh. My classmates used to sing his songs and
about burning the Jews. How old are you when this happened? That's horrendous. It didn't scare me. It made me come closer to my people. So eventually I moved to Israel. Wow. So I kind of like that, the ending of that story.
I was 13.
13. Oh.
That's the thing. That's the thing. People, I grew up in Israel, and I chose to leave the country because I felt that this is not the right place for me. But people that were growing up outside of Israel and feeling what you just described, seeing Israel as the safest place for the Jews.
Having visited Israel a few times and met your friends and family quite a few times, I've never felt so welcomed in a place. And I imagine if you are Jewish and you do the scheme where you can move to Israel, I can't imagine any other country being so welcoming of its kind. Not its people, because you're not a national there, but its kind. That kind of person that just say, yeah, you're one of us. And that's amazing. And every time I'm in Israel, I feel, yes, you guys can be loud. You guys can be very impatient. You're very rude sometimes. Yeah. But you are such warm people.
It's always about
so
food.
Warm.
It's always about food as well.
Every time I'm in Israel in a car, I feel like I'm going to die. I'm like, what is wrong with you all? Why are you like this? But at the same time, you're so kind and warm. But you might just run me over because you're in a rush. Yeah. And you must be there before every other person.
But the thing is with the food, like the food is love, right? and we it's all about food. So you go to Israeli family, the first thing you will be offered food. And there were some I will have to mention that one of the stories, the amazing stories from the hostages
Oh, God.
happening with, there was a lady named Rachel and her husband David, it was his name,
Yeah.
David, and they got, and five terrorists took control of their home and threat to kill them. So I don't know where the strength of Rachel was. She was like cool, and she started to talk to those people and said, "Are you hungry? Do you want me to make you food? I'll give you some cookies and biscuits." And she made a connection with them somehow, and there was an happy ending story here.
They rescued them.
They rescued them. And
because she used food.
she was
like,
food. And now there are loads of memes.
Like, because he comes in to be like, "Oh, I've seen this meme of this lady from the village." Like, what the hell are you talking about? A meme? What? And then you explain the story, and there's a picture of her and her cookies, and like, yeah, okay, only you guys can make light of something like this so quickly as well. There's some interesting. Amani says, "My surname is similar to the word Israel, and I've received anti-Semitic comment on the internet for that once. I'm not a Jew. It's mad. That's mad." Lee
a message from Michal at the moment, and my friend. You have to listen to that. She's in an El Al flight at the moment, and she's about to take off to Israel. And you know how the pilots sometimes talk before the taking off. So she said even the pilot speech was more emotional than our prime minister's speech. Anyway, yeah, you were saying.
Lee asked, "I've never been to Israel. Do you need a visa to visit?" No.
Depends.
Oh, no, sorry. I know you're from the UK, Lee. So
if you're in the UK, it's fine. The problem is because of the security in Israel, the tight security. They check if you visited. I don't know if they still do it. Yeah. I believe they still do it, but they check if you visited in certain non-alliances countries, such as Iran and Syria, and there are a list of countries that you need to check online to make sure if you have those stamps in your passport, could be potentially they will investigate it here, and it won't be necessarily a nice experience.
No, it will not. I can confirm, and our friends can confirm as well. The El Al staff, before we even got on the plane, and the border control in Ben Gurion, they take their jobs very seriously. Let's say
they have to.
Yes,
they have to. And this week events shows you why they have to. Yeah. Over the years there were. It's a joke, but not really a joke. If you look for an Israeli airline in different airports around the world, you always find that specific airline so far away from anything else. And the reason is that over the years, there were some terror attacks on those airlines' offices.
Just the checking.
Just the checking, just because. And that's why it's kind of a protocol to hide it. And if you go to Heathrow, for example, and you go to El Al,
they bloody stood there with guns.
This is the only place.
Little white boy from Devon here goes into your flight to Israel the first time, and there's armed guards at the check-in desk. I'm like,
and this is the only place you will see it. This is the only place you will see it. You won't see the protecting like that, and it's all because of the security protocols that they have to follow based on history events. Also, another thing I will say, every delegation that Israel sends, whether it's Eurovision delegation or whether it's an Olympics delegation or any football matches around the world or whatever, those delegations will always have to have the biggest security, the biggest security around them. And if you're familiar with the Munich Olympics events, 1972, there is a movie about it. Educate yourself. They were attacked only because they were Jews. Simple as that.
Yovel said, and you've said this to me many a time, there is a sentence about holidays. They tried to kill us. They didn't succeed. Let's eat.
That summarizes all our festivals.
Every single Jewish holiday is just food.
Yeah.
Food.
Do you want to carry on, or shall we summarize this live chat? Let us know if you enjoy this chat. If you want us to do more of this, we will, of course, we will support. We will do our best. As I said, we are thinking of creating a Zoom. If you want to join to this kind of thinking, because I know sometimes people are nervous to expose themselves on the web. Absolutely fine.
Wear a cool mask if you want, like a masquerade ball mask.
As you can see,
big feathers.
We are not nervous. We just go live and just chat. Just
talk shit.
I missed you, and I missed us, and I missed our videos, and we were. Oh my God! Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this. This is, as I said,
that's going straight to
Magen David Adom to help the
Thank you.
Thank you so much for this donation. What did I say? Oh, what did I say? What did I want to say before?
You said you missed them.
I missed them. I missed the videos. I know we were very, very lazy over the summer
and then we both had holidays and summer was.
But we need to start.
Elise just asked when will we be starting.
We are
Eurovision.
warming up our engines, and we need to do some videos around the Eurovision. We need to do Luxembourg in Eurovision because Luxembourg is back. We need to. There are some videos from Schlager that I want to react to us. There are some interesting new videos there. Check it out. And Albania will come up probably in December.
It's like opening the first door of the Advent calendar.
Give your birthday gift, not a Christmas gift, a birthday gift. Just
Hey, they might have a really good song that we love this year. It's possible.
Possible, always.
It's always possible.
Always a possible. Who knows? Maybe Albania will win. I'm excited for the new Eurovision season that is starting very, very soon. I know that our mindset will be a bit off with everything that's happening in Israel, and I don't know if Israel will participate this year, and it will be very, very sad if, because of the events, Israel will not be able to participate.
We shall see.
Thank you, all of you that came here and watched and respond and chat with us. And it's fun. It's fun to do live. It's fun. I was waiting all week to do it, just to say a lot of stuff that's on my chest. Thank you for your support. All of you saying hello. Many of you saying thank you for our support. No. Thank you for your support, for watching us, for following us, for commenting to our videos.
Euro Towerly, thank you again for your donation. Has asked, please bring more joy in your reaction videos. We wish we could, but he lives so far away from us now. We don't see him anywhere near as much as we used to.
Joy did ask just now if you are ever about tomorrow. So who knows? Maybe we'll go live with Joe. Joy, maybe who knows? It could happen. Watch
Joy will be here at our house tomorrow. Maybe we will.
Maybe we'll do it to see how he feels about it.
He'll feel really, really uncomfortable talking about something so politically charged live.
I don't think.
And
another thing I want to tell you, so still if you are watching us from Israel and you are very affected by those videos and films and all of that, please read some materials about how to do breath meditation, how to calm down, disconnection from it doesn't make you less good of a person if you just decide, you know what,
if you can't
cope with it, I don't want to watch it.
You don't have to.
It's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine. Just what you need to do is to protect your souls in order for you to be able to help others. Okay, and I found today, for example, I watched more than what I watched in the last week, and I know how it affects me. So read a lot about how to breathe well, to do breath meditations, to calm down. Do something for your soul. If you like to go jogging, if you like to go, I don't know, playing basketball or whatever, football, whatever.
Draw, paint.
Do those kind of things.
Something. Don't bombard your brain with these images.
Yeah,
it's too much.
It's really, really important. Again, think about it that, if you take care of yourself, you will be able to take care of others. And this is the message I would like you to take and adopt. And We love you. What?
I said, do drawing, paint, do Lego.
Yeah.
Euro says yes. If you've got
Is
Lego,
you did Lego this week too. Yes. What can you show? Can you show us something before?
of course I can show you. It's the tranquil Japanese garden.
When did you buy it?
Gorgeous.
When did you buy
I bought that on Sunday. I sat outside Smith's toy store reading the news after I bought it, feeling really sad, had a coffee and nearly cried reading articles, and then I was like, I'm going home to build my Lego now. I need to.
There is a
Who that?
There is a news. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Interesting. The news from Israel interesting. Okay. No, nothing bad. Actually, something good happened. So.
Take care of yourself. Stay
all of you
safe and stay strong.
Love you all.
Mm-hmm.
Love you all.
Mm-hmm.
And how big is your Lego collection? You don't want to know. Imagine big. No, imagine bigger. Imagine grande. That is Lego.
I got the loft converted into a large room, and it's full of Lego. Full. Yes, the Animal Crossing Lego was quite exciting. Yeah, very exciting.
Thank you again, and we shall speak to
will
you
be back
very, very soon.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Bye.